a matured saboteur, since they discarded so many silly firearms. What? Huh. This is a little bit odd. I've never experienced this one. It very well could be Keg that you smell. Peace, wizard. Imagine if Sagittarius roadblocks were permanent. That would be nasty. I mean, that would definitely up the level of the level on good luck. And also would make the Dracula roadblock cards far more powerful. Feed. I'm not sure I like that. I mean, if you're on Kaga, I would definitely hide first before you do a feed. And if you're not on Kag and are on Marseille instead, then I would
of course, he may not have hide if he hid in Alicante, but yeah, he certainly should have planned.
Yeah, okay, but it is indeed Kag, as Goldaming has now checked Marseille.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do we know he didn't 47? We know they didn't do 4731. Yes, we do. Van Helsing has, as of late, been in all of the South Atlantic ports. Actually, and there it is. He did hide in Alicante. Okay, bats. Okay. You could have two types of roadblocks, temporary one for the event card and permanent from the mature. Interesting.
Hypothetical changes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I like this this Kag than feed. I honestly would have just continued but going by sea and not landed at Kag at all. I would have either wolf formed out of the med immediately, or I would have continued going until the Ionian and then wolf formed ashore from there. Okay, so we put a new vampire on Kag.
Yeah. Really wish he hadn't used that excellent weather with Van Helsing earlier, because a sort of renewed vigor excellent weather combo here could be dangerous.
Yes, but it was thanks to that renewed vigor that they used earlier, that allowed them to take care of the first rumor token. Otherwise, Drac would be up 7 points. So there is that. So it was definitely a suboptimal use of renewed vigor, but it was useful.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about the excellent weather that Van Helsing used there. But yeah, they're really bigger as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Turner's just remarking on what which I think many of us are thinking. I have watched many games where the long trip to the uh, from Spain to east with a stop in CAG ends in Drax's death. And yeah, if you don't stop in CAG, it's easier to if you don't stop at CAG, it's easier to like feign being like up in Ireland for a couple turns, and they just don't know for sure if they don't have money trail. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, the use of hypnosis maybe hints that they do have money trail, but yeah, who knows?
Perhaps. However, one respite as Snuff is putting out is that the one RV that he did use is down, and Drac does have wolf form and probably by now at least one fog. LG does not actually LG does not have double knife anymore. He did that supply up at Nantes when he discarded Lucy's Revenge. He also discarded for some reason a knife and a stake. I have no idea why, but that's what happened. So that's actually not true. That at a guess he found a Henley host. That's my best guess as to why that happened. Yeah, it's not a bad thought to land now, like simply pop onto Genoa and or like Wolfhorn to Venice.
Yeah, that was sneaky.
Which is that what he's doing? No, he's moving on to the Ionian, which I don't mind that. So long as you Wolfhorn ashore after this and don't do Adriatic or Black Sea, because I mean obviously that would be seriously tempting fate. Like yeah. Oh. Seward is continuing on past CAG. Ah. Oh, right. Van Helsing... What? It was revealed that Van Helsing had Heavenly Host's stake horse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why he's going there. And apparently he thinks that Seward's... apparently he thinks that Seward's better off sailing than going over land via horses. Don't know why. But I suppose with Gul'daming already approaching the on land from the west, it is a bit of a pincer. Like Gul'daming will come in semi from the top, while Stewart comes in from the opposite direction. Interesting. So it's not the worst of ideas, considering that that's due to how the timing it looks to be working out. They should be able to get a solid pincer effect. Now that wolf form will almost certainly be that wolf form will like almost always be to Sophia or Valona, unless he's feeling really cheeky and wants to try for a fake wolf form to Salonika or Athens for some reason.
Yeah.
Peacefoot is actually like calling for him to fake wolf form to Salonika and then hide and then have Seward land on you. But the problem there is that we have 0 heavenly hosts. We've gone through the entire item deck and no heavenly hosts have been discarded, so CG is a major threat. Even if, and the thing is, even if there was one heavenly host discarded, that wouldn't matter because from Salonika you only need 2 extra tokens. What? Okay. Huh? What is
Change
this?
of Change your mind, I think.
Okay.
I suppose he could also let it mature because it's only.
Well, yes, but why do that when you have a stake just so conveniently sitting on Van Helsing, who is right there?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
On the assumption that that is the case, let's take another peek at that discard pile. Well, yeah, there's 2 stakes in there. Within the hunter's hands, there are 2 stakes. It's. Yeah, I can't say that I like that. I would have just because for one thing he gets feedback 1 day earlier, and secondly, it makes it so that in the event that like the hunters do catch him at Athens or Salonika with CG, he can just duck right back out to sea because the thing matures first and wipes the sea things off the trail. So I can't say I like that. Okay. Okay, so he did wolf form to Sophia. It's a lot. And it says removed, but I wonder if he needed to commit to Spain so hard to Spain. As first part of the game, so I don't know. I think that there would have been a happy medium where he wouldn't have needed to commit as hard, but he did need to have but he did have basically a full week's worth of trail to clear in Spain. Hates Wizard. So, apparently he is claiming that Mina has a stake to deal with this. Which, it's plausible. Yep, ambushing with it. Okay. As Mina, do you use the Holy Circle? I think not, personally. Just take a bit of damage, sure. As long as you have a stake, it doesn't matter. What do you care? But Tarvala is of a different mind. A hoax, said Sophia. In the event they had just ignored that, there are a lot of juicy events, not the least of which was there's an Emmanuel Hill scene, which was described by Mystic Research. So, which, speaking of which, so far as I can tell, they still haven't used the night supplies that they gained from Mystic Research. So, so far as I can recall.
Still says 3 in the chat, unless he's forgotten to type it. But...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it is an interesting situation. Dracula still on 11 health, and we are now. After this, we'll be approximately halfway through the third week. But on the other hand, the hunters have kept him without any influence, so
yeah,
it's still a long ways to go. So there's only one stake left. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I would be a little bit careful with how far you commit in Van Helsing to the east. Okay. I can kind of understand him just staying at CAG and just fetching events with Mina from here. I can understand the mindset behind it, but I'm not sure that I fully agree with it. I wonder if he's hiding at Valona. Because he knows that Seward used... Oh, there's one. That's one night supply. He knows that Seward spent the wax cylinders to tell him what was... Oh, okay. To tell him what was at CAG. So... Speed telegraph. Okay. That's now 2 of his night supply spent, at least. It's possible that we missed one other along the way. Yeah, I agree that this would be a good time for CG if you do have it. But it would appear that that either Tarvala is missing that fact. Oh, okay, so he's now hiding at Constanta. Okay, welcome back, Determinator.
Don't know what happened then.
Just having network issues on your end?
Yeah, I guess I don't. Yeah. He suddenly went quiet, and I didn't know why. Carry on. Okay, Black Sea coast. Okay, so nice.
Drac can safely live by sea now? Well, safely might not be the right word, depending on if it, depending on
No, he
if
can't.
Seward, I mean, it's true that
He's
he
stuck.
won't get error. He won't get an error for going back to sea, but okay. I was simply wondering if Seward, like, if Van Helsing perhaps had a sense of emergencies to pile on 2v1 with Seward onto Constanta.
Yeah, and Renewed Vigor can get Van Helsing in as well. But no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other side of things. That Peace was just pointed out in chat that Dracula still has a lot. Still has a lot of ground to cover in the 4th week. Because under current circumstances, he'll still need 5 land movements with 3 Dracula points.
Yeah.
To claim the win.
So surely he's on fog.
But I would imagine at least one, yes.
Yeah. And then he can just feed, and by that time he can go to sea and get back to Ionian.
Well, the thing is that he can go to sea now if he wants. And have Ionian slide off just as he's going to go there?
That's true, yeah. Speedy telegraph, I mean it now.
Yes. Which could help with Forewarned a little bit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, too bad Mia has no items. If she had some, you might just let her stay at A-Cab. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. risky business, as Peace says. To feed first. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about smoke screen, but we'll see if he has a good fog screen. Okay. Double fog, and Gul'dam only had one forewarned. Well done. So that buys him a little bit more time as well as some HP. That's a good question. Do you try for an escape as bat here or avoid combat and leave by sea? Yeah, the fogs are gone for now. However, with there being only 3 cards left before the deck shuffles, that won't be the case for long. Lol. Yeah, I think that you just avoid the fight, go to sea, and I see Saturday, Sunday. This will admittedly make for some inconvenient timing, in terms of Fury points, but yeah, honestly, in fact, if it were a matter of that, when I think about the timing, it may have been better for him to go to sea before feeding. But then again, on the other hand, I mean, would there have gotten any value out of the fogs then?
Yeah.
What the? Discarding. Okay, well that's good for Dracula in this case. I mean, kind of, as it gets him closer to regaining his fogs. I mean, being able to just snipe a new vampire for nothing but an event card like that isn't bad. Yeah, yeah, but I'm not sure what I think about. Yeah, I think there's been something of a dead giveaway that the hunters do have CG, but they just haven't found a particularly good time to use it yet.
Okay. Blocking the wolf form locations.
I mean, sure.
Not obviously not. Not so either. But...
I could actually see Dracula going to Cag and trying to kill Mina. Or like go Ionian, Tyrrhenian, then land on Cag for your first batch of points, and then yeah. With Yeah, that's the question. Well, the thing is, even if you don't get to place an encounter, you know there's only one excellent weather left, and the hunters will be unlikely to get to a position where they would be in a position to use it. I'm not saying that you stay on CAG, because chances are after the dawn fight you have with Mina, which Mina has 0 items at present, so yeah, I think that that's your best move. Go to Terranian, land at CAG, and then Mina will have and then Tarvala will have two options. He'll either have to take Mina off CAG and make her go sailing for a bit, and then which will leave CAG free for Dracula to hide on for 3 more points, or she'll have to try to make a stand and then possibly die because of that, which would be worth 5 points. Well, actually, Peace Wizard, it's not quite as awkward as you might think. Oh, going down to Valona? Okay. Does oh, Rufus Smith. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Very nice timing.
Well, not really. He's going to do. He's going to do. He's going to do at most. He's going to do at most 2 more sea movements. Yeah, which makes this a little bit more painful, but the thing is that even now, his next sea movements will only put him down to 9, so
yeah.
to attempt to do this to land now would be just foolish. So you're gonna have to suffer 1 damage from Rufus Smith, but yes, then you can do CAG, this hide slice in the last spot. Then, almost regardless what happens, you can do hide, and then maybe feed, depending on the circumstances. I wonder, do you wolf form backward, like semi-backwards to Bari?
Yeah. Be sneaky. Could he be an Adriatic now and looking to? Yeah,
He could be.
do something sneaky there and then go back into the east, or
Yeah, he could.
I guess
He could clear out the lair he could clear out the lair at Sophia and then wolf form there.
yeah,
Like, make a lair of Constanta, clear the Sophia lair, like pretending to simply clear out a lair, and then wolf form it to there. And then you could head in the direction of the castle to help you recover from the sea voyage.
Oh yeah, we are. We are in Fury Week, but yeah, I just realised, and
Yeah.
but he's got a bit of a trek to do before he wins.
Yeah. So he didn't clear the Sophia lair. So if he chooses to wolf form ashore today, then oh, he's going to the Med. All right.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, surely the coming ashore then would have been like better for obfuscation, because obviously he's not going to go. He's not going to go any more seas than that. Surely with Rufus, not going to go up towards UK now, so they know where he is. They know what sea he's in.
And he has enough health to make it to UK, or at least to Ireland, rather. But obviously, being CG'd off Ireland at that point, well, no, that wouldn't kill you, because you would only need 2 more sea movements, and then you would another sea movement after you get CG'd off, and then you're in the main part of Britannica. So, where do you wolf form to as Dracula?
No great options. Granada, yeah. No, I don't think so, Scott.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he wants to go to Granada. And after having just gone into Mediterranean from Tyrrhenian, Cagliari would be quite even worse in some ways.
Yeah. Be stuck.
The Heavenly Host situation is that all of them are in people's hands. We know that much. None of them have been discarded. Since you're in the Med, I might try something like going to Zurich. Since Hypnosis has already been burnt, wolf form from Med can be tricky to find. Okay, full format. Yep. Alright, that's the first bit of influence on the table. Teledeterminator. At the current pace, will there be a mini renewed vigor happening this game?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Uh, does that actually
Does he
make
have
a
it?
difference though?
Yeah, there's no ally on the discard. The only one we've seen is Rufus, and he actually equipped him. Oh, there's renewed vigor number 2. At long last, we are seeing it played after the first one, and speed telegraph coupled with it. So I imagine you'll begin with Mina. Have her draw an event, hope for a scouts, or next best thing would be an ally, like Aggie. Okay. He checks Zurich, I assume. No. And then just yeah, I mean those are the only places Van Helsing can check anyway, so he was always going to do that, because no matter where he is, he's at least getting closer. Okay, not Genoa, but all this time Mina could have drawn that top card and possibly checked Genoa.
Oh. I love that phrase, Pizza Wizard. Never,
Yeah.
never bury it. Never bury it. It's great.
Yeah. you kind of brought it upon yourself, Pizza Wizard. Okay, so it looks as if I think it's likely time for him to drop the CG, because if he slips it, because I think that because yeah, there's a chance he's in Granada. You've checked literally every single Wolfram location from the Med apart from Granada and Madrid. So if he's not at Granada, like, I would drop the permanent token at Madrid, and then put the temporary tokens on all, and then first, because, and then after that, if he's not there, well, then you know where he is, and then you nuke him, and if not, then you force him to stay not on a port and go to Granada or Alicante. Yep. The time has come.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It was Madrid, and he put a Reckless there. Well, a Reckless Vampire bite point would cut off one day. So that couldn't be. So Gul'daming has a Heavenly Host? Well, I mean, if they have all of them, we know that's everyone but Mina. Lol. So, yeah, just blockade the South Atlantic ports. Let me see. How much health does Drac have left? 6? If he had like a little bit more, like 8 or so, I would say maybe try moving on to Saragossa instead. Because with both Rune Vigors gone... Oh! Okay, well now he's left Santander open. I think that is... I think that's an opening that Sky may be able to use to an advantage. Well, it's better to be on a port so that the fog shields you for longer, so you can get a feed in before.
Both fogs are gone, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they
well,
reset. Yeah.
The deck the deck reset though, so, and he could have a fog. It's not out of the question.
Yeah.
Especially since he's making yet another layer. Or no, that was the hide card sliding off. Yeah, it's... I honestly think he would have been better off blockading Santander, because, like, just take your time approaching. If he can send Seward, you can literally just surround him. Mina blocks Alicante. Seward gets ahead to Cadiz. He's already used Wolf form. So Van Helsing did indeed have the sense of emergency. Oh? Ah, he went to Alicante. Clever. So and in doing that, he dodged he in effect dodged Van Helsing. It does bring me into play, but let's remember, she has no items.
Nothing. She has nothing, yeah.
Oh, except that actually she does. She has a heroic leap that she can play on him. But fortunately for Dracula, that's not quite enough to bring in a kill.
Yeah. Yeah, she can just punch, yeah. You just go in with all.
Yeah.
With their fists. Indeed.
But considering that there was a knife discarded, and the fact that there's no Aggie, if he manages to fang one of the heavenly hosts, there's nothing to stop him from fanging a heavenly host and healing off of it. In the upcoming combat, I think.
Yeah, maybe Mina's found some carbonara to throw in his face with her time on Cagliari.
Okay, nice. Calling the punch, and therefore getting in a bit more damage. Yeah. However, another thing that could happen is that Mia could be killed, and if she gets killed by a bite, that's a total of 6 points. If he can manage to squeeze that in, while that'd be a one that would still likely be a dead Drac, because Seward and Goldamu would not be idle during that. But yeah, like if you just like mentally give up on getting the win, then maybe you instead think of how you can like just increase your IDS. or rather, decrease the amount of IDS that you're losing. By the way, hey Scott Sword, is Scott's dagger cooperating with you, possibly? Doing Snuff versus Peace Wizard versus Snuff? Yeah. What does worry me a little is, let me see. Before I say it, have we seen? Yeah, we haven't seen a single planned ambush yet. So that does.
There was one there.
Oh.
There was one in the Discord there. Someone played it really early on a vampire. Mina, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So there can only be one at maximum. Oh, choosing to gang up on it. In that case, Vampire, go for Goldaming. See if you can see if you can get her into get Goldaming into one claw range.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you can bite Seward's Heavenly Host and then claw Goldaming down, then you win the game. That is like your win condition. Yeah, because yeah, I'm not sure that he should have done this at all, because now I think the vampire is getting the chance to given the chance to do even more damage to Goldaming. So if he hits him even one more time, then he's within claw range. And that being said, Mina was showing great strength at one point. Let's not forget that. So
yeah.
So he needs to get the vampire down. The vampire needs to get Goldaming down to 2 health to make it 1 claw equals death. Both of them dodging. Okay, possibly having second thoughts about deciding to fight here. So if you have second claws, I would say use that on Goldaming. Or possibly Mez on Goldaming. Yep, claws into a knife. So the Dracula. Why did I say the Dracula? The vampire is almost certainly dead, but that being said, Goldaming is now rather low. The fact that they have great strength, unless I'm simply misremembering from some other game, I mean, they could just do heroic leap here if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, it would cost them a bit of IDS and possibly cost them the entire game, in the event that Dracula now has a fog in hand. But all right, here we go. So, how to begin? So we know that Seward has. So we know that Gul'daming has a knife and a heavenly host at his disposal. We know that Seward has rifle and a heavenly host at his disposal. We know that Mina has only the standard combat cards. It's possible that Seward has a knife that we just haven't seen. Yeah, it's gonna come down to a guessing game of when do they use the heavenly hosts. Strength and okay, good guess. Yeah. Okay. Admittedly, could have turned out a little bit better, but oh well.
There's the punch.
Yeah, so now Dracula needs to try to Fang this round, or he'll die simply to Gul'daming's knife, since he can't claw to kill him through the fact that he has. Yeah, if Dracula used strength on Seward, that would have broken the rifle, and therefore he would still be at 5 health. Yeah, Mez, that's not gonna be enough. Yeah, that's just the wrong pick, unless you have just no other choice. Yeah, because if you're going to Mez, you had to Mez Gul'daming, because yep. So that is gonna be a 7 ideas win for Tarvala.
Okay.
Both. Yeah, there are definitely mistakes on both ends, but in the end, Tarvala comes out on top.
Nice.
But well, this. I mean, this was a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you all for watching. Let's find a channel to raid. And then, I mean, obviously, like almost immediately, we're going to be having, Snuffleupagus attempting to evade Pete's Wizard. And I'm not sure if I'm going to. So, let's. Okay. I'm going to drop you off somewhere fun. I mean, if you want to. want to stick around for this raid, then feel free to. But if not, I understand that you'll want to watch Snuff versus Peaceful versus Snuff. So, but in any event, thank you all for watching, and see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.